We're live, ladies and gentlemen, 4:00 p.m. You didn't wait. Okay, here, listen to that. Drinking some, what do we got here? Liquid Paradise IPA by Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah, I'd like to...
Wait, I didn't do my deal. I got to do my deal. I just got distracted by beer. 4 p.m., Canoga Park, California, 2LaneLIVE studio, headquarter, garage, whatever you want to call it. Today, we've got Joe from EagleRider talking about some great stuff, traveling trips, all that, as well as a special giveaway from our good friend Kevin Kent. Going to be giving away some parts to a veteran. And without further ado, what we got going on, Galen?
Well, I'd like to thank EagleRider for sponsoring this. And I'd also like to thank New Belgium. They have supplied us with some beer.
Some beverages.
They got tired of seeing us drink Coors Light. But
that's good.
White Claws. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Well, before we get going,
what an interesting week.
Well, wait.
So
we're going to say happy anniversary to Galen and Teresa Anderson.
I was going to go there.
Well, thank you. Well, I have to go there first.
And happy anniversary to you and Laura.
Thank you.
You're the 17th.
Yes. Yeah. So we're right there.
Lance and Court are like the 14th or something.
They're the 19th.
19th.
So yeah, we're all there. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, it's a bit chilly in here.
Yeah, why are
I was just gonna say, like,
wearing these?
We went on a whirlwind tour last week. We had a shoot that we did. You were kind of Santa Claus in one of the scenes, Trike Claus, I would call it.
Yes.
But we flew out to Harley, LAX. They boarded this lady they should have never boarded. It delayed us almost an hour and a half, so we missed our flight. We had to fly into Madison. Now, if you think about it, 2 weeks ago when we were at the trade show, I booked this wrong. And we flew into Milwaukee and we had to drive to Madison.
Right.
So I don't know if Milwaukee's our place where we want to fly into these days.
But we're going to do it again.
But we will. And we got a car the next day, came out, did the shoot. And then our flight deplaned us on the way. We were on 3 planes in one day and only flew twice. Right.
Crazy.
I don't know if you guys were able to watch, but I was able to watch yesterday with Teresa down in Palm Desert. I watched our drop live.
It was great.
The premiere was great.
The Sturgis drops have been great. The one next week, I mean, go back and watch this one, watch them all. The one next week is really going to be great. It's got a lot of energy, a lot of action. Saw that today, and I'm pretty pumped on that.
Yeah, Josh had to let me preview it because you keep cussing.
Well,
we need you to stop cussing.
I actually was pretty mellow.
Well, this one you were.
Yeah.
But you know what happens? Sometimes we're generally a pretty darn clean program.
Right.
But sometimes you get caught up in the moment. It's Sturgis, you're amped, and sometimes we slip. We don't mean to. And if you don't want to follow us because we say a word, we're sorry about that. But we try to keep it clean.
Like I said this morning, we are a family. We are 100% a family channel, 65% of the time.
Mostly,
if not more than that. And most of it is stuff. People were raised differently, and what we got complaints about on this previous video is not something I had ever that had been known to me to be offensive by people. I didn't realize that was offensive. So I put it in there thinking it was, hey, we're here, whatever. And hey, some people got pissed off, but more people.
Not many, a couple.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
But you have to realize, a couple speak for more than just themselves.
Sure.
And so but generally speaking, 65% of the time we're clean. It's just, sometimes things happen and we're not the type of
for those that are listening, New Belgium beer is all over my keyboard. Luckily, just a little bit on my pants. And I got out of college a while ago, but I'm a Zamboni.
You better hurry because we got to do a mean tweet. Actually, what are we calling it? Keyboard warrior. Boy, I don't know if I'd do that.
Hey, the bottom line
is not that clean.
The bottom line is we're all about travel. We're all about food. We're all about the adventure on the road. We don't cut stuff out of our videos. So if there's a slip that happens, it happens. And you know what? It's probably still a mellow one.
Well, even the first Sturgis one that we did, I had some of my family members comment, right? And it's like, guys, we need to. But occasionally we all cuss a little bit. Not all of us, but we drop a bomb or a GD or a.
And it's like, fuck, I'm sorry.
Right. You got to. Right.
Without further ado, let's throw this up here. For those of you that saw the last one, we got a lot of people saying they enjoy it. So, welcome to the Keyboard Warriors Cup. To you, Galen.
Oh, I'm going first?
He's going first.
Well, this was back a while ago on a Figueroa mountain ride video. If you want to go look at that. I'm going to say this one, but there was also another guy that said there is no way in hell you carried that Coleman stove on your bike up and ate up in the woods. And my friend, my fine sir, I did. I put it in the 3500 Saddleman, no plug there, and we carried that sucker up. So, without further ado, I would have rode on. You were standing on the top of the mud. If you sunk to your ankles, no way. I have had my Road Glide Ultra on ATV trails, not by choice, but by necessity with passenger, and was able to get through. Just a little disappointed for you. Didn't go for the adventure, Michael McKinnon.
And most
Michael,
of these...
let me explain something to you, pal. You don't see the whole thing on camera. I walked down and we were ankle deep and we were on a little bit of an angle sliding. No way we were going to get through there.
Mind you.
It was like algae. So, Michael, thanks for the thought.
And mind you, most of the comments that I pick, I try to pick the ones with like really terrible grammar. Yes. So like we can decipher them and read them sensically, maybe. But when you're reading them, you're like, what is he talking about? I'm going to go number 2. And I'm going to play Funky News. Are you
going number 1?
I'm going to read number 2 on the list. I'm going to run on Jeremy vibes. This one's coming to you from Diego Gasparetto. And he says, you guys talk too much. There is not 1 second of silence where you can hear the engine noise only. So you know what I have to say to that, Diego? Was that enough silence for you, buddy? Look.
Thanks, Diego.
Thanks, Diego. There's a couple options there. I can, one, make a 20-minute video of just music and wind noise and riding with no story, no context. But you could put it on, during a dinner party, and people could glance over every few minutes and say, hey, that's a good shot. But that's not real entertainment or what we're going for. That's about it. I appreciate the input. We appreciate the input, but it's not our vibe. So we'll keep doing what we're doing. Lance?
Boom. Well, I got one from Ed P. Ed P says, now I'm sure you guys are on Deadwood's Chamber of Commerce. So he thinks we're on the Chamber of Commerce. Sturgis 2022, not Deadwood 2022. Maybe next episode you'll move on. No Deadwood, no Food Channel. Ed P. Well, Ed P., we love Deadwood. We're not on the Chamber, even though the Chamber likes who we are because we hang out with them.
They do.
We like going there. It's part of Sturgis. If it wasn't for Sturgis and Deadwood together, it'd be no Sturgis rally. So we like it. We like food. And we're going to go there again.
Well, what's he referring to? Is he talking about our current drops?
Well,
the ones where we were...
on the bottom of that, it says which one he commented on. And I tried to put up the screenshots of the comments on here, but it was not working. I think he was just saying, I am rolling tunes. Road Glider, can you hear me still? Anyway, I think because we were staying in Deadwood and we started out the day in Deadwood, you never know what's going to piss off the internet people.
Well, I can tell you,
we
were there for our pre-Sturgis, there was nothing in Sturgis going on, so it was all in Deadwood.
Right.
And we love Deadwood.
Deadwood's the town.
We do. I'm going to keep the music rolling for a little bit because I kind of dig it. Well, let's see here. That was the Keyboard Warriors Cup. Let us know in the comments how you guys dig it. We think it's kind of funny. We're still working on it, so, let me get rid of this music.
All right.
All right.
Head on back. Check out our Sturgis videos. They're awesome. We got some really cool guests waiting to get on with us. And we have anything else to say before we jump into it?
No, I would just check out our latest Sturgis drops. I mean, they're doing pretty darn good. Josh has worked his tail off to get them out there. we'll be headed to Kentucky in a couple of weeks to go ride with Letitia Klein. So he needs to get ahead, and so he's working hard to do that.
Yeah, we are flying into Kentucky, and we are going to EagleRider in. We're going to fly into Tennessee. EagleRider in Tennessee. Get 3 bikes and start the adventure.
Well, let's talk to the guys that put us up to that for the bikes.
Well, let's do it.
Joe, come on in.
We got Joe Ariano in the house.
Hey Joe.
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing, bud?
Good. How you guys doing?
So it looks like you're posted up in front of a liquor cabinet.
I am. I thought I'd showcase my whiskey collection while I have you guys here and have a drink with you guys.
That's awesome. In fact, the whiskey collection, we're going to be in Kentucky, so it's kind of fitting.
And she wants to take a bourbon trail.
Absolutely.
So we're going to do one of those while we're there.
And I'm going to clean up my beer spill so you guys have fun.
All right. Well, so, over the last, what's it been, 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks maybe, maybe a little longer than that, maybe 8. When we went into Sturgis, we met John, and we've had conversations with you, Joe, and we're excited when Chris gets back, one of the founders of the company, to get him on the live and kind of dive into the deep roots of how he started that. And it's like something like over 200 locations worldwide. So this thing is just blowing up. But we thought sooner than later it'd be good to get you on and just kind of walk through, EagleRider, a little bit about EagleRider, and then kind of the programs we're going to be offering, and then just shoot the shit a little bit, see what kind of bike you're running, and talk to the viewers about that. And we got a whole community. In fact, Kevin Kent, who's coming on a little bit later as well, we just found out he's an Eagle Club rider.
Yeah.
So not bad.
Yeah.
We didn't plan that, Joe.
No, we didn't. Just works out like that sometimes.
So give us the Reader's Digest on EagleRider and kind of what your role and what you're up to there.
Yeah, so don't want to bore the chat or anything, but EagleRider started 30 years ago. We're actually celebrating our 30th anniversary this year.
Wow.
Some pretty intense, crazy 30th anniversary deals going on throughout a lot of the summer. Unfortunately, those are over now, but we might see some come back around the holiday time. But 30 years ago, Chris McIntyre, Jeff Brown, and Peter, they started EagleRider out of Peter's garage out in San Pedro. Just started with 4 bikes, 1 location, and 30 years later, now we're over 5,000 bikes, 150 locations worldwide. So things have definitely picked up quite a bit.
That is awesome. That's incredible.
Yeah. And so their idea was, that this was a way to get someone a bike if they needed to go ride with their buddies or something along those lines. And now it's turned into tours all over the place. Talk a little bit about the various things that EagleRider offers throughout the suite of products.
Yeah, so we have everything from, your daily rentals to self-guided tours, custom tours if you guys want to do your own thing. A lot of amazing guided tours that, go all the way through Route 66 from LA to Baja, California, East Coast to the West Coast, the Wild West. If you want to explore all that, we have a lot of really great options. We have a close relationship with Harley-Davidson, Yamaha, a few other big name brand bikes that, not everybody's a Harley rider like myself, but whenever you want to try out new bikes and just hit the road, there's always a ton of options to choose from.
Yeah, we had a guy come in the shop the other day and was saying, because we've both had Road Kings, we've had Street Glides, and now Road Glides, and he's like, well, which one? And it's hard to tell people because they have to get on one and go try it. And so it's either maybe go rent one for a day from EagleRider and go check it out versus just test riding it. But go out and spend a full day on the bike and then do that with the Road Glide and get the, kind of feel for themselves. So people can do just a daily rental or they can do these tours and trips, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the beauty of our club membership for Club EagleRider is you can ride a new bike every single day. You could go take out a Triumph one day, bring it back the next day, take out a Yamaha the next one, back do a Harley, and just keep rotating them like that. So, cool.
And then we're pretty excited. We're kind of a unique brand over here, but I don't know if it's part of some interaction with Aaron or a little bit of myself with news releases and things along those lines from the prior financial days. But we've got a news release to announce. We're going to put that out on PR Newswire. We're super excited. It looks like we're starting this partnership with you through the end of the year. You're sponsoring our lives. And then we've got, some planning to do in 2023. And tell the guys, the viewers, by coming to our spot on our website where it says EagleRider, is it Rides and Tours? Josh, what's on our header?
Yeah, it is. Let me actually check that out.
And tell them
EagleRider
Rentals, what that link does, and then if they join the club, what they get there.
Yeah, so like we just started our partnership together and just kicking that off. We did an amazing thing for all of your followers. So everybody who clicks that link gets 5% off their rental. Doesn't matter if it's for a day, doesn't matter if it's for a month, 5% off that. And then if you join Club EagleRider using code 2LaneLIVE, you start off with 2 extra credits as opposed to just starting off with the regular 1 credit a month as a brand new member of Club EagleRider.
Yeah, and if you look, that's also in our link trees. We've got it all over the place. We're just super excited to start this, and we actually have done some of the tours without knowing they were kind of the tours that you've got out there. So we're going to have to probably do a couple things with you on that front, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, I would have loved if you guys came out with us in a week on our blues tour. So I'm actually flying out to New Orleans, gonna have some good Southern food out there, drive up to Nashville, and then from Nashville, we're gonna head all the way to DC, and it's gonna be an amazing time out there.
Wow. Sounds like a good time.
We'll get that in the plan for 2023. We'll get that all figured out.
Oh, most definitely do it again.
You mentioned you don't ride a Harley. What do you ride?
So I actually ride a Victory. So growing up, my dad was always a rider. That's kind of how I got into it. And when I got out of the military, he decided he wanted to go buy a brand new Victory Kingpin. And being a teenager that never listened to my parents, I would always sneak his bike out and take it out on the road and go out and buy my own. So now I have a Victory Vegas 8-ball that I've had for about 10 years now.
Wow.
That's pretty damn cool. We don't, like I was telling him earlier, we don't care what people ride. In fact, if they even took our routes and just went in the car,
whatever.
But it's more about seeing, these small towns, enjoying the people, enjoying the scenery, the travel, the food, the camaraderie. That's what we enjoy.
I mean, it's shaking hands with America. When you get out there and on these open roads, I mean, there's nothing better than doing that. We have so many people that come into our studio and they pull up and we say, do you get those bikes from EagleRider? And they do, because they're coming from overseas.
Foreign
and
country.
they set up their bikes. They come here. So that's really cool to see. But even here in the States, I mean, if you want to even if you don't want to take your bike on a trip because you don't know what kind of weather you're going to get in or whatever, you rent a bike and go.
I'm taking my bike. No, I'm kidding.
So
what's been cool though?
What's been cool for us to see this year while we're out and about, and we've missed this for the last couple of years. We're in Kayenta, we're in Sturgis, we're in Moab, and you're seeing these large and small groups of riders that are coming across the pond or from another country. We met the Route 66 Tours, who actually
he's on here,
gets
Dale.
Bikes. Yeah, Dale from Route 66 Tours. Who
there he is.
Dale.
I think they had 27 Australians.
I think that's what he said. And before, you might have mentioned it while I was looking out into outer space over here. But when we were coming back from Deadwood, on our May trip, there was like a handful of groups that. Where did I go over here? I wasn't on the stream, I don't think. I might not have been on here. Anyway, as I was saying, when we were coming back from Deadwood in May, we saw countless groups, big ones, 8, 10, if not more people flying by, a lot of them on the same color bike. And we're like, huh, what's going on there? And then we realized we met one at a stop. Boom, EagleRider.
Yeah, that group was from Germany.
Well, speaking about
cool to see that happening again.
Speaking about same color bikes, the bikes we have ready for us to go to from Tennessee to Kentucky, we're going to be hanging out. We actually requested colors, and we have them. We got different color bikes because, correct me if I'm wrong, but is EagleRider offering more colorful bikes now?
Yeah, so I mean, as much as possible, we try to offer as big a variety as we can. It's not always the easiest, but we are trying to offer more color options, more riding options, some smaller Harley options for everybody to get the chance to go out on rides. So we're it's in the process.
That's good.
So I didn't realize until we started digging into the relationship and looking at all the offerings you do ATVs and side-by-sides.
Yeah, so right now it's only at a couple of locations. We do have some dirt bikes out of LA and Las Vegas. We're working with Yamaha to actually expand that, and in Sturgis next year, the plan is to actually have a lot of ATVs and side-by-sides available for day rentals out there. So if you don't want to take your bike out for the day because it's 106 degrees and your kickstand's melting into the pavement like it was this year, side out, ride it to your campground, go to the pool, just enjoy off-roading with that thing.
So there's a question for you, Joe.
Yeah, what's the question?
Says if I'm a EagleRider member, how much is the security deposit?
So the security deposit varies on what insurance that you take. So you could do the VIP 0 insurance, what covers everything if you wreck the bike, if it's stolen, and that's only going to be $100 deposit. You could not take insurance at all, and then it'll just kind of be all on you. But I believe that's somewhere around like a $2,500 deposit. But the thing with deposits is we don't actually take the money unless, you go off and wreck the bike or damage it somehow. So you always get that deposit back once you return the bike, just as you picked it up.
Good to know.
Yes.
Jen Copen. Oh, Jen
in the house.
So she was did a little thing with Rob, right?
Yeah,
they took some bikes out.
EagleRider did a little piece on them as well. They
went around the city.
So Joe, this is someone that is near and dear to us. They took some of the bikes out, and there was someone went and filmed with them, I think, as well, right?
Yeah, that was my film crew. We went out and showcased the new ST models that we have out here in LA and Las Vegas. Something different, something, bring some premium models to the lineup. We have the new low ride out in LA and Las Vegas as well, and that thing is definitely a lot of fun to ride. But that's on the horizon, is bringing new bikes like that. I'm not supposed to mention this, but we're supposed to be getting some really popular Harley bikes pretty soon. I'm just going to leave it at that, so I don't surprise. But a lot of cool stuff is coming down the pipeline.
That's awesome.
Well, just in time for them to sign up through 2LaneLIVE, right? Get their 5% off.
Credits, so they could take it out for a week, and go ahead.
So we missed you in Sturgis. We were hanging out at the Harley. We did a meet and greet at Harley, and we hung out with John. And you were busy somewhere. We just missed you somehow.
Yeah, I was actually trying to find where you guys were. This is my first time in Sturgis, so John's saying streets I've never heard of before. My cell signal is not the best out there, so my GPS kept cutting in and cutting out, and looking for a while. I'm just like, I'm just gonna head out to Deadwood, and at least I know the way out there. But yeah, I tried to meet up with you guys, and I guess it just wasn't in the books.
Right. Well, we had a house in Deadwood, and it was really one of the great houses we've been. We've been there several years, but this was a fun house.
Not really, because we spent way too much time in Deadwood.
According to Mr. P.
Right.
Yeah.
We started there, we stopped there, we ended there. There's no ending in Deadwood.
I wonder if that Mr. P would be bummed out if one day we bought a house in Deadwood.
I think so.
What if we had him over for a barbecue?
Yeah. Hey.
Then he might not be.
He might like Deadwood then.
He might like Deadwood. Well, cool. So again, how long have you been at EagleRider, did you say?
No, so I've actually been here for a little over a year now. So I'm the senior marketing manager over here. Handle everything from all of our social media accounts and working with great relationships like you guys, and getting to go out and do fun rides like out in Sturgis and New Orleans coming up. So anything that you see marketing wise coming down of EagleRider, now you guys know who it's coming from.
There you go.
That's
Perfect.
awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking the time today. I know you've got a few things to do. We'll get the date with Chris set up in the next few weeks here when he's back. And anyone else who wants to join at that same time, I think we're going to drop the press release next week regardless.
Phones ring.
Just so we can get that out there. We have another partnership we're going to talk about as well in the next couple of weeks. So we're excited to see what 2023 brings for 2LaneLIVE and what we can do to add value to EagleRider as well.
Now, did you know we were getting bikes? Are you part of that deal with Tennessee, or is that just with Matt and a couple other guys that we're dealing with?
So that was like kind of me, John, Matt, all of them. We kind of worked together on making all this stuff happen. So
awesome.
Harley's great to work with stuff like this. And if you guys ever need anything, just reach out to me or John and we'll make it happen.
Well, we're going to be on cool bikes, and we're going to be in a cool place, and we're going to be with cool people. It's going to be a really great adventure, and we're going to share it with everybody. So
Speaking of adventures, we have a question. John?
It says, Joe, do you guys have the Harley adventure bikes yet?
So I hinted to something about some really cool things down the pipeline. So
We won't connect the two, but just, we'll leave it at that.
So maybe we leave it like this. You're always looking into the future.
Exactly.
Any other questions for him before you want to scroll real quick and just see, or did we get most of them?
Nah, but I will read Joe Stuber's comment. He said, "What's up, guys? My 4 friends who joined me from Australia on our recent Sturgis, Canada trip through EagleRider each year to rent their bikes. 2LaneLIVE. I'll have them go through you next year."
Thanks, Joe.
Appreciate you, Joe.
Boom.
And Joe was the kind sir that got us this Woodford Reserve.
That we haven't done an amazing job on yet.
It's okay, though. That's our sipping whiskey.
It is. Pride and joy.
I have to send you guys out some good whiskey as well. So there's
We'll have to get together and share it.
He doesn't drink IPAs much.
He's scared.
I'm not a big IPA guy either. I could sip whiskey all night with a good stogie and
I like it. I like it.
That sounds great. Joe, thanks so much, and we'll be in touch in the next couple days.
Sounds great, guys. Thanks
Do you have anything to say, parting words or anything?
Yeah, so we'll see you down the road.
Yeah.
That's all I was going to say.
Down the road, Joe.
Later.
Thanks, buddy.
Have a good one, guys.
Take care.
All right.
So real quick, we got a couple patches in. I don't know if you know about that one right there, but this one is a Red Devil VMFA 232. It was sent to us by Stacy. It's a U.S. Marine Squadron patch. That's hers, the Red Devils. And it was actually, it's been around since for 97 years. This is really, it's going to go on the patch wall. It's really cool. Stacy, thank you. And she signed it off Semper Fi. Awesome.
Boom.
We're going to put that on the patch wall soon.
Yeah, that one's rad. What else you got here?
Well, we got a few other things. So this patch is from one of our local stations here, LA City Fire, Sylmar, Rescue 91Q, Rescue 91. So this was a brand new patch they made. Nick, thank you for that. We also had this jersey sent in to us, and this is an actual pit jersey, working in the pits. And so, I mean, the stuff that we get, I just love it. I've got my son's Huntington Beach fire cap here. I don't know. We're going to have to create a little library or museum with all this stuff. So thank you guys for sending your stuff in to us.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
And I'm feeling like I'm slouched.
Well, we had another question. If they could leave luggage at the location when renting, but have to answer that elsewhere next time.
That's an interesting question.
I think they do have luggage.
Oh, there's Stacy. Boom. Stacy in the house.
Stacy,
who gave us the patch.
Stacy, thank you.
Thank you. We have it right here. Awesome.
Boom.
Well, of course, we've got the
phone going off the hook.
I don't know why we can't figure this out.
What, the phone?
Why does it happen at 4:30?
Why?
It happens from 4:30 to midnight. I can attest to it. I try
Well,
to take a nap every now and then, and as soon as I close my eyes.
So, honey, I just want to wish you a happy 30th, and doesn't even seem like it's been that long. So that's a tribute to you, and you're putting up with my antics.
And look at that,
I'm
Joe.
Sure it's felt a lot longer for you.
Joe was even here after hours. Said, Azizi, I saw this as I was logging off. All of our locations have a storage area for your luggage when you rent. Boom.
Whoa.
Awesome. There's the answer right there.
Bada bing, bada boom. So,
well, let's bring Kevin in.
Bring Kevin in. So, with an intro,
you can do
I think Kevin gets an intro. And Kevin, I'll tell you what, you get an intro with music.
Oh,
yeah, let's do that. Let's fire up some music.
And Road Glider said he liked the funky upbeat, so we're doing it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a loyal follower and friend, Kevin Kent, and he reached out to us recently after doing an upgrade on his Road Glide. He had quite a bit of leftover parts, and he, just like us, has an affinity towards, why am I blanking out? Servicemen and women, law enforcement, military, all that good stuff. So he decided that he would like to give away some, was it bars, risers, or is it an adapter plate?
Adapter plate. We'll let him.
We'll let him in here. I just figured I'd give a little intro. We'll keep the music rolling. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, Kevin.
How we doing?
Good. So this is probably 3 weeks ago. I get an email. So Kevin has been following us almost since the beginning, if not the beginning. And we've had conversations over the phone. We've never been able to meet really personally face to face, but we are now.
Yeah.
But I read this email and I turned to Lance because we're in the same office. And I said, I just got chills. And he said, what are you talking about? I said, look at the email Kevin just sent us. And it's not so much about, this tear-jerking email, but it was the thought process that gave me the chills and the giving back to someone that made me feel like, you know what, this guy is actually even cooler than I thought he was. He has spent a fair amount of money with us ordering thrash and parts and other parts for that matter. And he sent through a couple pictures. I think, Kevin, you can walk through it, but I think it's the adapter plate and the risers.
Yeah. I got that. It's
there it goes.
The 6.5-inch pullbacks, the adapter plates. It's got the newer, you can do the gauge relocation. So it's got a full set. It just needs the bars and the clamps.
So we'll donate the bars and the perch clamps. But why give that stuff back to us, and why, or give it to a person that may not be able to afford it?
I've always been a big believer in helping and supporting first responders and veterans. And on our way back from Sturgis, we were coming back through the middle of Minnesota, or not Minnesota, but Montana, and having lunch. And here these guys, they were admiring our bikes, and they were 4 servicemen from the Air Force Base there. And they were saying, "Oh man, someday, and I just can't swing it, can't afford it." And I was just kind of bothered me. And so, we bought their lunch for them, and then when we got back, I started looking at all the stuff that I had, and it was like, let's help some of these guys out. If there's somebody out there that needs some parts, I don't want to. I could throw it up on eBay and resell it or whatever, but if I can give it to somebody that can build their bike and get out and ride and get part of this whole the 2LaneLIVE nation that we've got going here that you guys have built, I'm all in.
Dang,
that's definitely awesome.
The 2LaneLIVE nation we have built. We have all built.
Yes, we have great fan base, guys like you, Kevin. I'm sure this is going to be neat. We're going to do a giveaway contest with this.
It's not necessarily going to be a contest, but
that's not the right word. Yes,
a simple way to enter, so you can nominate yourself if you believe you may be in a position where it's difficult to obtain, and you served our country in one way, shape, or form. So to put simply, we're just going to do a post. So all the entries are up in one place. It might be a short video. It might be a photo, but we will put that up tomorrow or Friday. What are you thinking?
Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow is Friday. So both. And for those that are watching or listening, and it's not September 15th, 2022, that's what date it is today. So we're doing it on the 16th. And we'll let that run probably for the weekend and draw it next week. So we'll do pick out of the hat, random comment generator, something like that.
The date's important because if you're listening to this on the podcast 3 months from now, we already gave it away. So the Thrashin supply adapter plate risers, bars, perch clamps, they're all such quality material.
Yeah, they're
American
even though
made.
they've been installed once, there's not an issue. Kevin takes care of his stuff.
Oh man,
It's in great shape, right, Kev?
this stuff's all in great shape, and I'll tell you that the people that up here, we get a lot of weather up in the Northwest here, and this stuff holds up so well. And I've had so many people come over and say, "What did you do to your bike? How did you do that? What is that stuff?" And people get on the bikes instead of getting. You guys know the whole wheelbarrow, feeling with the stock bars. They get on and sit on the bike with this setup, and they're just amazed how much it better feels. So it's the way to go, especially on a road glide.
That's awesome. Real quick, good morning, Robin.
And hey, Smoking Sats.
Smoking Sats, you better pay attention a week from yesterday because you'll be in the episode.
Yes, he will.
Doing his thing.
So we got a riser, adapter plate. We're going to throw in handlebars. Is there more than the right?
We're going to throw in handlebars and perch clamps.
So they're going to get a full steering handlebar setup for their bike. And it really is a game-changing setup.
I feel like it's only right that they get a badge shirt, a USA badge shirt.
Why not?
Yes.
I mean, we got, if you guys haven't seen, I'm not wearing it. I should have worn it, but
well,
anyway.
We might have one in front of us.
That's a long sleeve. There you
That's
go.
a long sleeve, but that's the back of
USA.
it. It's got the American flag embedded in our logo.
USA.
And we got
Show the
Franklin
front.
Dominguez in the house. This is pretty cool, Kevin. Thank you for all the support towards my fellow service members.
Yeah.
Thanks for your service, Franklin.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor to be able to give back, really.
And Frank has a new license plate
Really?
in Hawaii called 2LaneLIVE.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. That's awesome. So he beat us to it.
What's the longest
see.
trip that you've been on, Kevin?
Well, we just did 3,800 miles out to Sturgis and back. It was 14 days. We took 5 days to get out, 4 days in Sturgis and 5 days back. And so we went through Yellowstone, did Beartooth, Chief Joseph, Glacier. We did Lolo Pass, all of the everything that we could do out and back from Seattle.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good job on that one. I like those heavy mile trips.
Love it.
Well, you're riding quite a bit though, even though you have some of the weather up there. I mean, you're doing Hood and all the different places through your town and your parts, right?
Yep. I was born in Indianapolis, but grew up out here in the Northwest. Lived in Hood River in the Gorge for quite a few years, and so love getting down and riding in the Gorge. And so I do about 13,000, 14,000 miles a year, and so you ride year round, rain or shine. You got to
awesome. Ride. That's the way you do it for sure.
Well, Kevin, how did you stumble onto the 2LaneLIVE crew?
Man, I was following somebody else on YouTube and saw one of your earlier videos, and then I started watching you guys and really kind of watch how from the beginning to where you are now and how much better the production has gotten and the stories, and just it could totally relate to I love the history that you guys do, the roads, the riding, the camaraderie that you have. I mean, it gets you fired up, it gets you inspired to go out and ride. I've got a couple buddies. We watch it, and you know, it's like we're gonna go on a ride at the end of the month. We're gonna go over to Eastern Washington for a quick overnight ride, and so you guys are such a great inspiration to watch you guys and everything you're doing, and so I appreciate it, and I hope you guys keep what you're doing.
Awesome. We appreciate it. So go Cougs.
That is why we do it.
So my daughter's a Coug. I'm a dog, but my daughter's
mine too. Well,
my mom is a Coug.
I'm a Ute.
Was a Coug.
Oh, she is a Coug.
Yep.
My daughter's a Coug. And by the way, the Cougars just beat Wisconsin. Sorry if there's any Wisconsin fans, but holy cow, what a big win for them.
Awesome game. Awesome
yes,
game.
sir.
So like when we randomator and get a winner for this setup here, are we going to announce it on the next?
How about
we could announce it the next live, but we need to validate whether they're a veteran or a first responder or not.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure out whether they want a twice cut or a black perch or whatever setup they've got. But this is black risers, so we're going to say a black bar with it. So whether that's a low, mid, or high, we'll help complete the package. It's our way to give back a little bit along with our friend Kevin. And I've just, again, it gave me the first email you sent me, Kevin. You know, you're complimenting the product and everything. And then all of a sudden you get into this, I want to give back kind of a thing. And it just, I was thankful for that.
So what did you do though? Did I miss this part? What did you upgrade to, change to?
No, he didn't tell you that.
I swapped out. So I went from the original setup, and I went to the new triple tree, and I went with 9.5 inch the pullbacks.
Awesome.
And, with the gauge relocation, and I have high bend bars. Man, I tell you, it makes riding that bike so much more better. It's, you know,
awesome.
If you're on the fence out there and you're not sure what to do, go with the new triple tree, gauge relocation, high bend bars, or I'd say medium bend bars, and it's going to change your bike. You're gonna follow.
Did you do the close position or the far position on the top tree?
I did the front, so I can.
Okay.
It's perfect where the gauges sit. I can look right over the gauge cluster and see the navigation screen, no problem.
I think most people are doing the pulled back position
for sure.
Hey, I got to say, I switched my bike over to that setup. I'm loving it. But Galen left his with the pullback plate with the regular gauge cluster. Both setups are really awesome, and they make the road glide just fantastic to ride.
Thrashin won't give me a set, so I'm not buying it.
And let me ask you this. The 9.5 pullbacks with the high bend is 15 inches.
A little higher, yeah.
But that's from the tree. 15.5 with the 6.5 high bends. So you don't need new cables if you're going straight to the tree. If you do the top tree,
right?
So James was asking.
Look, the pullback plate is great. I mean, the height is great. You have to peer over a little bit to see neutral or your gears, or if you want to check the odometer. But the ride quality is just as insane as
amazing. Yeah.
But the top tree and the gauge relocator really cleans it up nicely. And we left my bike the same so that people can see both and sit on both. Lance left his bars the same so we didn't have to rewire them, and just went with a 1-inch spacer. So he's at 13. He's about 1.25 inches shorter or lower than I am, but it's still that inch is it's great setup.
Yeah, great setup.
Yeah. Agreed.
So you have two options. If you want to be on a budget, which is great, no problem. You can get the first setup, or you could go step it up to the second one. They both perform awesome. And
check out our YouTube our bundles, and you can use our YouTube code and save a little bit of money.
The bundles are really helpful because they're kind of like kits. When you go there and you see bundle and it shows you what to get, you don't have to go, wait, do I need this? Do I need that? No, we have it all set up there for you guys. So boom, it's easily done.
Yeah. These risers also have, there's a 1-inch extension included as well.
Spacer, yep. So Robin,
so the risers that you're putting with the pullback has the extension?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. Because
What is
Robin said,
saying?
just a thought, if the vet / first responder you select could be a small woman, keep in mind you might be needing a completely different setup to accommodate. For the most part, the 6.5 pullbacks are fairly universal. If
Yeah,
you use
she
it
could-
without the
if it-
spacer and a high bend bar, that's great. If you use it with the spacer, I mean, the 6.5 pullback is such a versatile setup.
Right.
I'm 5'8". That feels great for me.
There, you
My
could
buddy
be 5'7",
Bruce-
5'6".
My buddy Bruce is 6'8". He rocks the same setup.
Yeah,
But to
So
her point, they
yeah.
can pick a mid
they
bend
get
bar.
low bend, mid bend, whatever you want.
good point, and we will be open to that.
Thank you, Robin. Boom.
Good stuff.
Well, Kevin, I know you work during these hours, and we were able to get you out here on the broadcast, and we appreciate you not only donating but being a great friend of ours on this channel.
So thank you for your support. Thank you for your idea and your generosity, and we will keep you posted with what's going on.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it, and hopefully we can our paths will cross at some point if you're up here in the Northwest, or we'll connect someplace down the road.
We need to do some more riding up in the Northwest. There's some great stuff up there.
Amazing road.
So perfect.
So what do you got to say to us?
Hey, we'll see you down the road.
Down the road.
Yeah.
He's
See you
got
later,
it.
Kevin.
Thanks,
He's got
Kevin.
it dialed. I'm telling you. Well,
All
we're only
right.
46 minutes in. So, I mean, we got plenty of room for activities here.
And there's activities going on.
There is activity. Should we have another activity?
You know,
I'm going to
you
get
guys
another
see these new
activity. Hold on.
shirts? They're on our website. Go check them out. I'm digging it. I'm going to ride in it. You can too. So
I like my colorways today. I've got some Stan socks that Josh got me for my birthday
oh, nice.
a year or so ago. And I've got my fueling.
Fueling shirt.
You
Yeah.
know.
I have my Route 66
And we need to
Kingman.
check on Luke.
Yeah. He's doing good. He's back in the office today. Nope. How could you do that?
Oh, you're making noises on your mic. Ladies and gentlemen,
It's way
moment-
away from you.
a moment of
Way away.
silence
It's
and
working
peace
great
for
there.
the
No, it's not.
Ooh.
I thought
Such a
they wanted to
beautiful-
film when we argue.
going with the Voodoo
Is
Ranger,
Robin
baby.
still on here?
What
Who's that?
time is it, Robin? It's like early morning.
She's
really
probably
early morning.
waking up, I think.
Tomorrow. She's out in
She is
Australia.
living
So
in the
I think I
future.
saw something the other day. She was in the snow,
Really?
What?
and I know there's wintertime in Australia, but I
Really?
didn't realize there was maybe snow at wintertime in Australia. I just thought it was colder.
depending where you are.
I know, but I didn't think there was.
I think there's snowboarding in
Well,
some
I was
places.
in.
Is
no?
there? Oh, there's winter sports they do, right?
Yeah.
I was in Wisconsin last week with you were there as well, and it snowed in like a 10 by 10 area. It was 85 degrees.
That
Yes,
was actually
sir.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so hey, I can't. It's very cool to know that we have this community. When we first started, our first drop was our second drop. We ran into Robin at See Me Harley,
That was
and she
way
was
in the
starting
beginning.
her deal too. But to see where it's come since then, and to have a guy like Kevin,
Yeah.
step forward and say, "Hey,
Kevin
I
Kemp.
want to give something that I purchased, and I want to give it to a veteran," and to have that inspired by some guys standing next to the bikes. And that's the community, right? We're sitting there talking, having a discussion, looking at each other's bike, looking at things that are going on. And here we go. Kevin's like, I got my idea. I'm going to throw this out to a veteran
Right.
or a
Speaking-
first responder.
I was just going to say, speaking of which, kind of off topic, but on the same topic, you walked in while I was eating my lunch today, and we met her when we were in Sturgis. Doodle motorcycle. I was watching one of her videos. Oh, what it's like to be a solo female in Sturgis, and the whole kind of premise of that video was what her family and friends were telling her versus what she knows the motorcycle community to be. So in the video, she had like a hidden camera or something, and she was showing comments from people online, which is what the people not in the community might be seeing. And then while she was there, just meeting cool people. Hey, be safe. Hey, ride safe. Hey, do you need anything? Hey, are you good? So that's that's the motorcycle community for you, and it's a good place to be.
I think Robin commented that it's springtime in Australia. If you
Yep.
look down, and where's our book from the lady biker bitch that we met in Sturgis?
It was in here. We showed it.
It's around here somewhere.
We
we
got to
gotta
get her on.
Yeah, she has a great story to tell. She rides a lot. We got to get her in there.
So Robin said it's springtime.
Yeah, she said.
So I guess our wintertime
No,
is
no,
their
looking
springtime.
forward to spring.
Yeah.
No snow here in Perth. It's
There she
wet
is.
and rainy winter here. Looking forward to spring.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Well, you did leave your home. Well, your home is Texas, I guess, and you moved to California. And why did you go to Australia? You had work there. Your husband got a job there. Something happened.
Why not? I want to go to Australia.
Wow, you're trying to dig into her personal life.
Yes.
I think Allie got a rollover there. So
Gotcha.
it was like one of those where you just need to go.
Gotcha.
But I don't think they were in for it took them like 3 months or something to get their bikes. It just, you got to count on that travel across. I mean, what they I guess they could have flown them over.
That or they were on a boat.
But they're
Usually
I
a boat,
think
but
they're
probably takes a
on
while.
boat.
Yeah, slow boat.
But you got to
Yep.
find the right deal. Like I know Kaylin one year did. She rode up to Canada to fly the bike over somewhere in Europe, and it was Canadian Airlines was doing some really low, inexpensive way to ship. So I don't know,
Interesting.
but it took him a while.
Yeah.
Dale says it's already spring here. He's in the East Coast.
Aha.
Gotcha.
Let's see. He also says we have a massive alpine region here in Australia. So yeah, they got winter sports. It sounds
There you
like
go.
They got it.
Boom.
6 months and 7 days to get her bike there.
No way.
Wow. She was counting down the days. That's for sure. Waiting
Well,
for
I
it.
don't know. I mean, life without a bike would be kind of a bummer,
Yep.
especially for us because we don't own cars.
So that's where EagleRider comes in.
That's where EagleRider. Yes.
And if you use 2LaneLIVE,
Yeah.
you get 5% off.
I mean, think about that. If you didn't have a bike or your bike was down, you knew things, you could still have a bike. That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing.
People in Australia are amazing. It's just they drive on the wrong side of the road and the speed limits are too slow. That's from Joe Stuper. Maybe we're on the wrong side of the road, but it's hard to tell.
Joe, did you think about that one?
Whoa.
I don't know.
Maybe
don't
our
know.
speed limits are too fast. I'm kidding. They're not fast enough.
I think the
I got
toilets
you,
flush
Joe.
backwards down there too.
Really?
To the left. Ours
Oh,
do it
because they're
right.
down under. The gravity is
Everything's
reversed. That's what I heard.
So is it a flat earth?
I think it's like a frisbee. According
you
to
actually,
Luke.
to get to Australia, you just go to the coast of California because it's flat. You fall off.
No, you.
From what I've
so
heard,
what I hear is the plane digs a hole.
from the research,
Right.
Yeah. the science.
Actually, who was telling me this? Aaron was. You don't realize it, but the plane digs a hole, and you go through the crust of the earth, and you'd think that they're aluminum planes, but they're not.
Well, all I know is if you want to find Australia, when you get to Hawaii, turn left.
There
something
you
like
go.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin said learning to ride on the opposite side has been an adventure. So is that adventure riding? I think so.
Yeah.
All riding is adventure riding.
Yes.
Johnny from Staten Island said
Johnny.
saw that great video on the truth about the biker community. It's funny. I think the three of us usually don't really watch other like motorcycle content, but it's kind of cool to check some of that out here and there.
What is it called? The truth about?
Maybe it was, I don't know if the video was called The Truth About the Biker Community, but she put out a video that generally had to do with that. Toilets spin the opposite way? I don't think so, but they might. You never know. Lance is 100% right 50% of the time.
He's a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
Right.
Walking encyclopedia.
Well, hey, we got 53 minutes on the clock. Do we have anything else to tell all these beautiful people?
Yeah. Where's our book from the biker bitch?
And just so you guys know, that's her actual name is the Biker Bitch. So, and we got Paddle Surf Malibu. He was in the house last week, got his road glide all set up. Turns out he's actually friends with Reza, our dude that comes in with the soft
What's
tail.
going on, Chris?
What's happening?
Your package went out today.
Boom.
Wink, wink.
The
Didn't it?
The one thing we
yes.
might have forgot to ship with the rest of the parts.
You mean the
package,
lower
the package,
The thing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't say anything more. Those words may incriminate you in a court of law.
Aha.
So,
Yes.
Chris, if you know, you know. All right.
And he says thank you.
All right. Well, hey, look, I'm really proud of our new employee, Kaylee.
She's doing great.
You guys held the fort down.
She's
Josh and Kaylee held the fort down last week while we were out.
We got
that's true.
orders
True.
out, a lot of orders out, mostly clothing, some parts. But even
And-
with the three of us, when we're in town, we're getting to a place where it's a little much to handle, not a bad problem to have. And then when they leave town, and it's also a lot to handle for one or
Well,
two.
so we were sitting in a bar in Milwaukee,
In a bar in Milwaukee.
Is that a
we were having
beginning of a
dinner.
joke?
and there were some soccer fans in there. And one guy was just so passionate about his thing. And there was another guy that said, he's so passionate about it. And they both were educated on the sport. Well, this guy said, I'm going to spend the next hour screwing with this guy. And this guy's not giving up. He wants to go in the parking lot, get a soccer ball out and show him some stuff. He knew from Pele to whatever. And so this is going on. The bartender's giving us free shots. And there's a guy sitting next to Galen and I, and he's talking to us. And all of a sudden our food comes, Galen, the guy gets up next to us and he walks 1 foot and falls completely down onto the ground, thud, crunch. Now he's sleeping on the ground behind us as we're trying to eat at the bar.
So what you're telling me is while I was staying here for a 77-hour shift, 3 days in a row, believe it or not, there's that many hours in a day, you were falling over at a bar?
No. The guy next to me.
Him?
No, it wasn't him.
The other side.
Him and
of
I
you.
were laughing about it, but the bartender came around the corner, picked the dude up, stood
Okay.
there with him for a few minutes, escorted him to his room.
He left his phone and his keys and his money.
wallet.
I picked it up off the stool, gave it to the dude.
Okay.
After you took all his money out of it.
After I took all the 50s.
So,
sure it was one.
It was a mellow evening that turned into this action-packed like bar scene. It could have been a full,
We're at a hotel.
yeah,
We weren't like at a bar.
No.
We're at the bar at the hotel.
the
but,
bar at the hotel.
So you're walking home or getting dragged to your door, one of the two.
right.
But I go ahead.
I worried about the guy because he was really out of it.
I think he's dead.
Is he? Can I ask you
Alcohol
one
poisoning.
question?
Yes.
Completely anonymous. Is he in this room right
He is
now?
not in
Okay.
his room.
Right on.
Jeez, come on.
It was a complete stranger.
Yeah.
so
Chris
but,
says Josh is jelly. Yeah, me too.
But what I couldn't believe is normally like in that environment, it's like, let me call security, let me handle this thing, like because there's hotel guests around. The bartender, I hand him the stuff for the guy. We get his room number on the card. The bartender takes him up the elevator for service, goes and puts the guy in his room. Next thing you know, the bartender is booking down. Because inside atrium, he's booking to get back to the bar to be able to serve everyone.
But while he was gone,
And I'm like-
I gave free shots from the bar to 100 people.
But I'm like, I can't believe a guy would do that.
Right.
yeah, he
I
was a nice
mean-
guy.
And real quick, I'm going to hold on. Let me put this up here. Take my right hand. I'm going to reach over
Oh,
here.
boy.
And
Give
pat
myself
yourself
a pat
on the back.
because TCTC says Josh is an incredible representative of the company. Nothing but great customer service. I appreciate you. As I said to someone last week, we do our best to give
Well,
you an
I've
experience that you
if-
won't find elsewhere.
I've
If
actually
Josh
put him.
wasn't-
I've actually put him through. We have a sales and service program here called Building Excellence, and my former bank buddies will know what that means. And Josh has been deeply drenched in that.
Well, I don't know what the hell he's talking about because I don't
I know
about any
because
of
you're
these
sitting over
programs.
on some other phone
But
somewhere.
if Josh wasn't who he was, he wouldn't be sitting with us because, you know, we like cool people.
So he's got an IPA in him. If
Yep.
Josh wasn't who he was, then he would
wouldn't be with us.
who he is.
If he was someone else, he'd be out the door.
How do you know?
How do you
I
know
don't
I
know if
ever
that's
would have
someone
walked
else.
in the door if I was
think-
someone else?
I think the other side of Josh is a bad dude, so he wouldn't be allowed in here.
Jeez.
He's a bad dude. Yeah.
Nah, he's a good old soul. You
I
know?
do what I can when I can do it.
Yeah, we got a good team here, man.
We do.
Oh, finally, he's giving some credit around the table now. It's
I know.
all Josh.
I know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, I was going to say to Kevin, those earlier edits were mine.
Yes.
And so now it's been much improved upon because Josh took over.
Yes.
I mean, you know,
the edits we never posted.
so when Josh first started 2LaneLIVE and found us,
When Josh,
Yeah, when I'm drinking at a bar and people ask, what's that 2LaneLIVE hat? Well, it's funny. I took a giant loan fresh out of college. I said, I want to start a production company and find these two sage fellows and travel the country, these old dudes, and do some fun stuff, fun shit. Because someone earlier said you can't. I'm going to go find it. You guys talk amongst yourself. There was a good comment.
I saw that earlier too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think, again, we're mostly clean 65 or 80% of the time.
100% of the time.
So it's not like we're trying to just push this stuff out there with negative whatever. But
We're just trying to remove a filter.
But I had
That's about
someone ask me the other night what I do. In fact, it was the waiter at Eddie V's. And I said, I own a production company.
right
And
on.
he said, you do? And I said, yeah, it's called 2LaneLIVE.
It's right on.
What do you produce? I said, content.
Right.
So I think that's what we need to.
Well, this is a great opportunity for all of you guys to go back and check out yesterday's video and find the bad language.
Whoa.
Well, it's even a better opportunity
Old dudes rule.
is to go back and look at all the old content.
Thanks, John.
That's some bad stuff.
It's
though.
great, though.
It was good.
Our
It's
first
funny
videos
because
were-
They were fine.
I was
they're
telling you guys,
laughable.
So what?
I was telling one of you or both of you recently that I was looking at one of the older videos before I was coming on the trips. And it's you guys at a gas station, like doing the selfie with the
Right.
GoPro.
right.
And that you can capture things doing that you just can't capture when it takes you a couple minutes to set up a big rig camera. Like, generally, unless I sneak up on you, when I'm going to film you. And we're still off the cuff. Hey, we're here. We're doing this. We're doing that. Should we redo it? Nah, let's go. But with the GoPro, you just press a button. Hey, we're here. And it's all,
Right.
it's a different vibe. We've graduated, I would hope, to a level that we're trying to maybe bring a better quality of production. And sometimes you lose things. Sometimes you gain things with that.
Well, I
but it's a
think
good
the
time
drop this week was a little bit more of that off the cuff,
for sure. And that's,
right? Because we were walking around
Yeah.
at one point with just GoPro.
and
Well,
we
next
typically
week's gonna
only
be off
get,
the cuff, too.
we only get
Little
those
better.
comments
A little different.
really with the Sturgis trips, because that's kind of just the vibe of the trip. We went to Deadwood in May and we captured all that great stuff and all the storytelling and all the great shots. Not that it wasn't great for the actual rally, but you got to switch things up sometimes.
A lot of work. The three guys sitting right here, we work our tail off, but we have fun doing it. That's the cool thing. We get to create this stuff, and we all have this creative side, and we gel it together, and we get out there and we have fun, and you'll see pieces of each one of us throughout all our videos and whatever. It's all fun. And
I think what you may be referring to that wasn't as good as with the lives. I mean, the lives,
That's what Frank is saying.
other than like when we were doing this with
yeah,
the camera up our
The first
nose,
live
the
was-
iPhones, and people going, oh God, why are we doing this for so long? So I thought someone said, what was that? Why would Galen what?
Who would win a thumb wrestling match between Galen or Big Lance?
a thumb wrestling.
I don't know.
Don't even. But someone had said Galen for president. Did I see that earlier?
I'm voting.
Well, if we had a thumb wrestling contest, he'd be thinking about the thumb and how he's going to crush my thumb. And I'd be thinking about what I could do sneaky on the side that distracted him to get the thumb.
Hopefully not with your other thumb. I worked in a vet clinic. We had some tricks.
No, I mean, you think I'm thinking like I was a wrestler in high school.
A thumb wrestler.
You think I was a thumb wrestling champ in high school?
Let's get some votes on this chat.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
I listen to some Joe Rogan from time to time, and he does this other show with these other dudes. I haven't watched it, but I saw some clips, and they just like essentially lock themselves in a room and get just blasted and just shoot the shit for like a couple hours.
Sounds like a couple of our times on Jace's.
Yeah, we
podcast.
should do one of those for like, twice a year.
What were we
So
getting drunk?
let's get
and-
some thumbs up in the chat if you think that would be a good vibe. We might have to put it on Patreon in case anything slips out that might not
Right.
be.
I mean, you just apologize for 3 hours about GD.
I'm not. I mean,
Gee.
Yes, you are. You
I'm
did
apologizing that we said something. I didn't even say it.
I know.
that
What
offends
is wrong
someone,
with
but
you?
Go
Why
back
are
to
you
our-
saying
I've said
this
worse.
stuff?
Go back to our video and see what I said. You can watch yesterday's drop.
But why are you clickbaiting now?
That wasn't clickbait. That
Yes,
was
it is.
raw emotion that just came out like a.
No, you want we don't need to clickbait.
That's
You
not-
swore
No,
twice.
But that's not clickbait.
And if you guys
Clickbait
thought
is
that
when
was
you say
bad,
Go
something
back
to
and
watch
get-
look
episode-
at that's total clickbait.
No, that was me in a conversation
No, that's
talking
total
in a
clickbait.
video in camera.
You're trying to
and I
draw
came out
people
and I
to-
said, that's not clickbait because you're already in the video.
well, boys, we got some thumbs up.
Total clickbait.
Franklin riding too fast. Jim, road to nowhere. Chris wants to be here. We'll sell tickets. Dolores, Stacy, Tim.
Yeah,
It's thumbs
look
up
at
all the way
these
around.
guys. Dig it.
I'll bring the Irish whiskey. Okay, all right, you can come. No, I'm
So
kidding.
what that would be kind of gnarly to have just a complete drink
Shit show,
fest,
for lack of a better word.
shit show that just went on and on. I can tell you right now, I lost that one.
Well,
If
part
it's
of
a-
it's happening right now. You can see one IPA in, he's like
Not
roped.
Hey, you know what? I can have 2 drinks and be, or I can have, but I like it because I don't have to drink that much.
He's a
And
cheap date.
I'm a happy camper.
Unfortunately, I can take months off from drinking
Yes.
and then have 9 beers and be generally all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, not
about that.
IPAs.
Right.
I
I was
not
telling
IPAs.
Galen, I was looking over the footage for the episode that's dropping in 6 days, and we had a nice night at One Eye Jack's, and we were just filming with the GoPro, and I was just in, like, granted they're our friends, but I was just in people's faces, like not even saying it, just talk, like, and they're like, I'm like, oh wow, I just found out 4 weeks later I was being a drunk idiot.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now that I cannot compete in the drinking battle with these 2 guys.
It's not a
I just
battle.
Can't do it.
It's not a battle. We're just gonna win.
Well, if it was battle of the drinks, I would lose.
Precisely.
I'll admit it. I'll come out and say it right now. That's just the way it is.
It's okay. I mean,
Mitch is gonna smoking is gonna
I
bring
mean-
the barbecue.
Well, we were in Sturgis, and I won't even mention the name, but this guy with us, he was able to drink a glass of wine, then have a shot of whiskey, and then have
No,
a
that
shot of
was
tequila.
Milwaukee.
no, that was Milwaukee.
What did I say?
You said
Sturgis.
Sturgis.
Oh, in
It
Milwaukee.
was on video.
And then another glass of wine, and I'm looking, going, that's like a mixture of that. All
Yeah,
I would
wine,
be-
whiskey, vodka,
I'd be
tequila,
dead.
and beer, and he's just chilling. He could play a game of chess, no
Right.
problem.
Well, he was young.
Yeah,
When he got back, he was much older. Trust
Yeah.
me.
and this is the vote I was waiting for.
What's that?
Dale. Dale wants to see it. Dale, I owe you a drink.
Yeah.
Our Dale,
Our Dale.
So are we got to go to
Yeah.
bike night at Dale's place one night.
he's got a new
Oh.
place.
Dale Buttle from Australia.
Oh,
But Dale,
All right.
our Dale, Arizona Dale, Union Dale,
Uniondale.
Hospital Building Dale, Tortilla Flat Dale,
He's
the
got a
Dale
new
of many
place.
talents. He's got a new place. We're going to go check
you
it
need
out.
to Go check that out.
Who's a bigger lightweight, Lance Senior or Junior? Senior.
Lance Senior's the lightest of the
Junior
whole group.
just has a delayed reaction, and his liver doesn't understand that he's consuming alcohol until like 14 drinks deep.
But
And
hey,
then
I
we're
get
off the
happy
deep
and
end.
goofy.
No, I'm kidding.
But
Yeah,
no,
we're all good times.
You know,
No, he
Galen and Lance,
understands.
are you still wanting? Oh, Galen and Lance, I still want to ride the Oregon coast with you guys.
really.
I feel a little left out. You can film it
Who's
yourself,
this?
Matt. Okay. Sprint car ace Matt.
Sprint car ace Matt.
Dale. 2 votes from Dale. That's like 200.
Well, we had, we get some guys that a lot of people that actually hit us up and want to go on trips with us, but it's really hard to do, especially when you go from being just guys that are riding, which is what we are, but then you turn it into a
Production, if you
production. Now there's like stuff that gets in the way. That's interesting.
will. They're called cameras.
That,
And they do.
Yep. That.
Well, I mean, there's a few things that go into it, right?
Yeah.
There's we know the 3 of us know each other's riding abilities, and so if it's a little head nod to the right, if it's a little to the left, we know which way we're going. And I would suggest also that we film uncontrollably crazy sometimes.
On the wild side, that's all.
So it's hard to bring people into that.
Yeah.
You know, because
Safely.
we're safety on their part. Like, and we've had people come in and they've hung back a little bit, but it's just something that we haven't. I mean, we've talked about doing like a ride with 2LaneLIVE. And maybe this in 2023, maybe that's the year that we say, okay, we're going to be in a particular place. And one of the days is a half day or full day ride. And we do that and go have some barbecue somewhere and do a cool road. But it's just so hard because we have so many people that also want to join. And then the schedule is so fluid. It's like we kind of know the first day where we're headed.
Mhm.
Right.
But from there, it could be completely blown up.
But then there's insurance. Then there's liability.
Well,
Liability is a big problem.
Yogurt says he's a good boom mic operator. We invited you to Sturgis to be the boom mic operator, and you said buzz off, boys. And we're like, all right, dude.
Hey, unsubscribe from his channel. Shut down his Instagram.
You know what? No, go check out Riding with Yogurt. He's got some cool stuff. Check him out.
Yeah, I
That's
need to
what she
talk to you
said.
about that other thing you put up the other day, going around the side of on your.
I
new
saw that. And I'm like,
KTM
okay, one,
homie.
I expect it from the dude. It's Shannon, whatever. But splitting and you're not one to talk because you pass on the right all the
Okay,
time.
Sorry.
Whoa.
But I'm kidding. But for those that are listening or watching or haven't seen that video, he's ripping. He just picked up a KTM 1290 Super Adventure R, badass bike. And he's going through Malibu, dead stop traffic. And all of a sudden he just rips to the right in this like 2-foot little rut of a trail and just ripping full speed ahead. Exciting.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, St. Cloud, Minnesota.
We were just there.
I love you, 2LaneLIVE, from your fan in St. Cloud, Jeffrey Johnson. Appreciate
Yo,
you, Jeffrey.
What's happening?
Dale says, I'm keen, mate. I'll be in LA Tuesday, but stuck at the airport for the night. We will get that drink sometime down the road. Good man.
Down
Right
the
on,
road.
man.
What's he doing?
He's coming to LA for some. Oh, Jolene. Jolene must be on Jeffrey's account.
Jolene.
We appreciate you, Jolene. That was the comment.
Gotcha.
Explain the rules. Ride formation. Behave. She might be responding to Robin, who is going on a group with 50 bikes, and she's the only one filming.
Oh,
She's
wow.
wondering how to do it.
Good luck with that,
Either
Robin.
be at the front or the back, Robin.
Well, you got to ride through them all so you can get great footage. You got to do all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh, Yogurt said it was all smoke and mirrors,
Of
Photoshop,
course it was.
video
Shannon.
tricks, no
Perfect.
biggie there. Okay,
Perfect.
boom. Well, hey, in hour 12 and 25, 26, 27 seconds.
Now, a lot of these that we do, we put on Spotify, so you guys can
Oh,
go
these
back
will
and
be on
enjoy them in the
Spotify. And
car.
if you're listening on Spotify right now, you're the man or the woman.
Yeah.
Do we
That's
have
good.
to do a Spotify announcement?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I think so.
If you want to watch on Spotify and not on YouTube, you want to listen to it while you ride on a road trip that you found on our blog section of our website at 2lanelife.com, shameless plug, you can go on Spotify, type in 2LaneLIVE Highwaymen. Not only is there a podcast, but there is also a playlist that the three of us are curating over time and just adding songs in there. There's some country, there's some rap, there's some mumbo jumbo, there's some classic rock. There's some good stuff
Roger
on there.
Miller.
All the
Hey,
stuff we listen to on the road.
So what happens if they click on our Eagle rentals on our website?
So when you go to 2lanelife.com,
EagleRider
click the
rentals.
tab that says, I will verify what it says, EagleRider Rentals. It'll bring you to a little blog write-up and has some information on there. There's a link where it says book rentals and tours here. If you click that link, you can save some doughboy on your rental. And if you actually end up signing up for the Eagle Rider Club membership, you can use the code 2LaneLIFE to get you a little hookup as well.
So you get 5% off your rental, whether it's local, whether it's a group, or whether it's a individual rental.
Yep.
The 2LaneLIFE gets you 2 club passes, so that's a value for different bikes that you choose to rent. And I'd like to also thank New Belgium.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying these beers.
They're good to
One
have on the
more.
lives.
Voodoo Ranger. Oof.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, they're still a large company, but they're, they do fat tire. They have a little history behind them. There were a couple guys that started out a brewery, and so boom, here we go.
And that was all
Voodoo
our
Ranger.
happenstance. They bought
And
us beers at lunch. They said, "Would you like beer for your podcast?" And I said, "We said yes, we would."
Well, they have actually really cool cans and artwork that's going on in these cans with like a skeleton with cool sunglasses and hat. Definitely like rider friendly.
And Lance is not really a IPA guy, but they have a juicy that is really good.
Yeah.
For those people that don't like IPAs, there's no
hoppy
it's
palate.
It's not as bitter, a little more smooth.
Yeah.
A little smoother.
Dale says, "I have a tour for past clients only that starts in Boston." So Dale is always riding, he's doing his thing. Let's see, we have 2 minutes left. Any other questions while you guys are on here?
And before
Wait,
we close,
why does Dale have tours?
He's Route 66 tours.
Oh, Dale.
Aussie Dale.
Our buddy Dale.
We call
Right
him
on.
Down Under Dale.
Down in Arizona.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So give them the rules for the giveaway for Kevin.
Yes.
Kent.
So for the giveaway, for those that missed it or are still tuning into the original stream, Kevin Kent has decided that he wants to bless a current or past service member of any form with a set of 6.5 pullback thrash and risers, a 1-inch spacer, as well as a Road Glide adapter plate. And we're going to match them up with that and send a set of bars of your choice, as well as some 2LaneLIVE gear to get you set up.
And riser and perch clamps.
And perch clamps. We're hoping we can find a veteran or service member one more time that might not be able to afford it in their current circumstances. We're going to do a post tomorrow, Friday, September 16th, 2022. With info on that, you'll just tag them, and we'll do a drawing and announce it on the next week's live.
As of, what did you say, September what?
15th, today.
Okay, so if you're listening a month from now, you can still tag people, and that would be interesting for us to see, but they won't be in for the bars and risers.
And we also have one more part we're going to throw in.
What's that?
We have the nacelle gauge cluster face that's already been cut, that was on my bike, that we'll send with the package. So you do not have to.
So it's pre-cut. That's the hardest part of the install. Boom.
Boom.
It's not often he gives up anything of his.
It's not often.
It's not often.
Yeah, I was cleaning up the catwalk and I found crash bars and pegs and floorboards from 1971.
So subscribe, give us a comment, thumbs up. Any comments coming in here as of late?
Well, with that also,
nothing. We got all the regulars.
We want to give a big thank you to EagleRider for joining the team and taking care of these lives through the rest of the year. And we have a great partnership coming for 2023. Maybe that's the place where you can go on a ride with the 2LaneLIVE team.
There might be some sort of thing.
You never know.
That. We'll see.
You never know.
And with that being said, we will
see you down the road.
Later.
Bing.